So, I recently acquired, through trade and barter, etc., an American Standard Strat. It is every bit American and very standard. Stock, whatever nut. I did customize it a little bit by putting my Dark Side of the Moon strap on there. But at any rate, one thing that this thing has, stock, are very thin sounding pickups. They're your very stereotypical American Standard single coil, screechy, quacky pickups. For better or worse, that's what they are. However, I received in the mail today, that's right, the EMG David Gilmour set. Has the extra tone and expansion modules built into it. Everything's pre-wired. No soldering required. Everything is just your standard little pin connections. So, not that I don't mind soldering. I do have a soldering station. I'm not afraid to use it. However, when they make it easy for you to just drop this thing in, why wouldn't you? So I'm going to do a quick A-B comparison. I'm already probably fairly chatty as it is, but whatever. We'll do an A-B comparison between the stock and the EMG DG-20 set. I will be running this through my little Cornford Roadhouse 50. Glorious amplification system. Outstanding amp. I'm glad I came across this when I did. It's great. Great British amp. But real quick, I'm doing pretty much everything at noon on the amp, except for the master. It's a 50 watt amp, so it's a bit loud. The gain is just for the boost channel, so when we kick that in, you'll see that engage. I'm not even using the foot switch. I'm just going bare bones. Nothing in the effect send or return. I'm not using a gating, any effects whatsoever, just for the simple fact that I want the tone to be as crystal clear as possible. I'm going to use my OMX 3B by Audix, just more or less center pointed. I might go just a little off axis. I haven't got it plugged in yet, but after that I'm going into the Focusrite Scarlett 2i interface into either Reaper or Sonar, whatever I feel like booting up at this point in time. So enough yapping, let's get to it. Alright, here we go through the Cornford live. I'm going to start from the 1 position, with being the bridge, all the way to the 5 position, which will be the neck. And we won't stop until we hit them all. I'll try and do something relatively uniform. We are recording on Reaper, so let us begin. The upper strings seem really thin. Number 1 position. Okay, number 2, Quacktown. Here we come. I don't notice much noise. I have switched to LED lighting throughout most of my house, so there's less interference. At rehearsal, though, we've got big buzzy fluorescent lights, and I do notice a lot of noise through that, but not terrible, to be honest with you. So I'm leaving the volume all the way up. You can hear a little bit of noise, but it's not terrible. It's there, but it's not deafening. Okay, so that was number 2 position. Number 3, I actually kind of like this mid position pickup. Not terrible on the upper. A little more uniform on the upper strings. Not terrible. And 4 position. That patented Strat quack that I personally love so much. That's my favorite sound. It is a little thin again in the upper registers, but that's to be expected as usual. And then number 5. Doesn't pick up those harmonics, go figure. Anyway, that's the stock pickups. Let's switch it over to a little grindy. Now we hear the noise, don't we? Listen to that. The bass line just came way up. And that is, again, back on 1. So. So, there we have pickup 1, mid position, position 2. Quacky as ever. This is the 3 position in the middle. Number 4 position. Not bad, quacky, but again, noisy. Listen. It's there. It's definitely there. And last 5 position. Bassy, but noisy as hell. You get the idea. Noise, hum, buzz, all of it. Let's see if EMG can rectify the situation. I'm going to show one aspect. I'm pulling the cover plates, and if you'll notice, there's a definite disparity between colors where the plate was and the aging of the natural paint. I gotta love it. That's always cool to see. Just you know, the serial number is a Z2 serial number, so that leads me to believe it's 2002. And so for 10, 12, 14 years now, 14 years it's been aging. And it's developing a nice discoloration. So, pretty cool. This is something I wish Fender would stop doing. I hate the swimming pool route. I don't know why. Maybe it's just that old school mentality that, you know, the more mass in the body, you get a little more sustain. I don't like the swimming pool route. It's annoying. I don't see a need for it. So, but again, you see the definite change in discoloration. It looks like they either drilled for a different pick guard or someone had a different pick guard on here. 1, 2, 3 different, 4 different actually holes. So I don't know if that accommodates a different style pick guard or what. I'm gonna have to dig deeper. I may pull the neck pocket just to eyeball and make sure this is a USA body. Hope I wasn't like ripped off or something. Yeah, so upon further digging, the date code does reveal it is indeed a 2002, August 23rd to be exact. So, I mean, here it is. It is reputed to be solderless, and for all intents and purposes, it is. However, I must have strained the ground connection on the input jack, so I had to resolder that. That only took a minute, but not a big deal. Actually, I don't think it looks too terrible. What you think? Not bad, right? How it sounds. Let's see what we find out together, shall we? So looking at it, I don't know how well you can see, but the EXG control, which is the normal #1 tone control, let's get it in there. They have distinctive characteristics. So the EXG gives us that bar graph, so it cuts the mids, and then the SPC gives us a mid-range nudge. And specifically, it is a little over 10 dB, up to 12 dB of boost. Pretty wide bandwidth. They don't specify the frequency. They just show from almost 0 to what I think is 10 kilohertz. It is a logarithmic scale too, so as you can see. So that would probably be, if that's 10, so that's probably right around the 1 to 2K range, which is what you want to boost anyway. So less yapping, more jamming, huh? Let's change our focus so you can see the beautiful Cornford logo. This is both tone controls at 10 and then 0. The output is stellar. You don't feel like you have to work as hard when you play the notes. So that alone is worth the price of admission, I feel. When you have that more when you have that feeling that you're not struggling to get output, I think it's a good thing. And there is no struggling with these. The output is definitely there. You notice you don't feel like you're playing as hard. Like before, I had to feel like I was pounding the hell out of it. So 2 position now. Tone controls are up. I want to take them back down. That's the EX, and then we'll add a little mid-range. So it's kind of like a 3-band EQ. It's pretty straightforward, I guess. It's not terrible. I kind of like the adjustability. Let's see. So I'm guessing if we kept it around 5. Just tweaking the tone controls, I can really affect some changes here. So right now, you can adjust that quack right to where you're happy, and whatever sounds good to your ear. It doesn't take much fiddling. So completely out. This up about 4 or 5 for the low and the high, and then we'll just roll up mid until it sounds good. I'm enjoying this, I gotta say. One thing also I noticed when I had to pull the original jack, the grounding shield that goes to the grounded paint underneath the regular paint inside the shielding or inside the cavity that shields the guitar from excess noise. There was no place to actually hook that up to the new wired jack, so I was a little concerned about that. Looking through the instructions, it didn't mention it. So currently, I mean, I don't hear any noise, even with everything maxed out. So let's go to the 3 position. Very usable, I gotta say. So I'm tweaking just the mid-range boost to kind of see where it feels best. I like, so far I like the high-low boost at right about 5 or 6 o'clock, or 5 or 6 on the dial, and then it gets a little boomy if you have any bass amplification on the amp. So finding that perfect spot, the closer you get to the neck. Pretty fun. I like it so far. I just nudged the mid down a little bit and brought the low end up. Okay, so that was 4 position. This is 5. Let's zero those out. Lows and highs up. I'm not finding too many problems with this at all. It's okay, that's the mid-range boosted. Let's get dirty. Huh? Number 1 position. You really have a lot of control over just the EQing. With the volume all the way up, I can hear what I perceive to be a little bit of amplifier noise. Again, I have no effects whatsoever into the amp, no gating, no anything. And that's the noise you hear. Previously, I remember it being much higher. How about you? So that's at 0 on the tone. The low mid, or I'm sorry, low high. And then we'll add in, I'll keep trilling, hammering on and bring in the mid-range. You can hear it. It's subtle, but it definitely makes a difference. It gives your strings more bite and attack. So that's just in the 1 position. Judicious use is required, I feel. Oh, sorry. Of course I have it. I jumped to 5 out right away. Go to the 2 position. Tones down to 0. These remind me, they seem very chimey. Let me, harmonics are no problem. Let's boost the... That's back down in 1, but I just wanted to hear how the harmonics sounded with the mids added, and they pop. You can hear the difference when I roll it up and roll it back. And then all the way down. You can hear that bass kind of punch. This is usable. Very, very usable. All right. I know we jumped back into 2, but I'm going to go to 3 now. Okay, tone controls are at 0. Now we'll bunch them to 5. I hear a little bit of noise, but with a gate, that'll go away very, very easily, and it won't take much to make it disappear. So I don't feel you would lose any articulation when you're playing quieter passages. Number 4 position. Pull the tone off. Sorry, tone was up. Tones at 5. And then all the way up. You can hear just rolling the tones up. The volume's all the way up, and as I increase the tone, there is artifact, there's noise, it's an amplifier. It's another, you're boosting the signal, so you're going to get noise. It's inherent. But it's definitely not more offensive than your standard Strat single coil buzz and hum. And if you manage your expectations accordingly, I don't think you'll be disappointed at all. Like I said, and a noise gate will eliminate that. I mean, I'm in mid gain. I'm right at noon on my drive, so it's I'm happy with it. All right, and let's go to the 5th position, the woman tone, as it's called. Not bad. Let's kick it up. Okay, tone off at 5. And then maxed out. The lows get a little boomy, so again, just judicious use. This would probably sound better on like 3, and then maybe nudge up the tone, the mids to like 5 or 6. All right, let's hear how it sounds. Sorry, that was in 3. Start on 0. I could see why Gilmore would use these. I'll have to play with the tone controls when we do the Floyd stuff live, but I'm not unhappy, I gotta say. It's definitely better than stock. Definitely, unless you're an absolute purist and you want all the noise and artifact. I mean, I get that. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I don't like all the inherent buzz and noise. So, but I also like the tones that you get from a single coil. I don't care for the inherent just noise and crap. So, and I also don't necessarily like a humbucker in a Strat. I mean, you want to do that, then go with an Ibanez. Go with something else that doesn't have that sound at all, you know. These retail for $2.99, which isn't terrible, but I found mine for much closer to $2, and that was delivered. So not bad for the money. You can find these used all day long on either eBay or your local Craigslist, or I'm sure Reverb has them. Like I said, I've seen them from $2.99 all the way down to $2.45. I was closer to $200 with these. So. And once again, aesthetically, I don't think that looks terrible. Your opinion may vary, but I don't mind it. Hope you enjoyed the demo.